My brother John and I'm James, by the way, have been following Jesus for a while now, along with Simon Peter. Ever since Jesus stepped onto Simon's boat in the bank of Galilee and told Peter to pull up his nets that had come up empty all night long. Gosh, and then Simon Peter pulled up so many fish. They filled his boat and ours, almost to the point of sinking our boats from the weight of the catch. You don't forget something like that. The three of us left everything that day to follow Jesus. We were the first, but not the last. Jesus has been moving around the Sea of Galilee since then, healing and teaching people wherever he's gone. Of course, he's been gathering more disciples and followers too. Women and men who, just like Simon Peter and my brother John and I, experienced something so powerful when they encountered Jesus that they were compelled to change their lives completely. Metanoia. It's been amazing to be a part of, and also pretty overwhelming. Everywhere we go, the need of the people is so intense, you know? Their desperation for help is so palpable. The raw hope in their eyes. And the crowds, they just seem to get bigger every time we go to a new town. Word is traveling faster than we are. I get why Jesus withdraws to pray so often. But things seem to be taking a turn recently. I guess the crowds following Jesus' ministry has grown so large that word has reached Herod all the way to his palace in Jerusalem, a 4-day walk from the Sea of Galilee. We all know what Herod did to Jesus' cousin, John the Baptist, and none of us want that for Jesus, who we love. But instead of doing less, we're agreeing to reduce his public ministries. Jesus is starting talking all weird and saying super dire stuff. Stuff like, he is the chosen one who has to suffer and be rejected, even to die. And that those who want to follow him have to follow in his steps towards suffering. We all looked at each other when he said that. Things are getting scary. About a week after those odd remarks, he asked the three of us, the first 3 disciples who joined him, the only 3 disciples who saw him raise up the daughter of Jairus from the dead, or maybe just wake her up. Anyways, he asked the 3 of us, Peter, John, James, to go with him up to the mountain to pray. I'm more than ready for some quiet time with him. Away from the crowds, away from the press of his responsibilities. Maybe we can talk some sense into him. Maybe, just maybe, it'll simmer his talk of dying down a notch. mountaintop a while, I think, while Jesus prayed. I'm not sure. I lost track of time. It was that kind of moment outside of time, outside of regular life. Oh. We were trying to stay present to Jesus, trying to pray ourselves. Let's pray. Have you ever experienced something that just felt kind of overwhelming? And, well, you just wanted to check out. What was us? Well, honestly, we just kind of fell asleep. Oh. But apparently, while we were checked out and Jesus was praying, the appearance of Jesus' face changed. And Jesus' clothes became dazzling white. Behold, behold, I make all things Oh. And if that weren't mind-blowing enough, out of nowhere, our faith father Moses and the prophet Elijah suddenly appeared and began to talk to Moses, to Jesus. That's when we all finally woke up to see, well, this was happening. It's hard to describe what they looked like. The best the gospel writer Luke could say was, they appeared in glory. I think the sparkles give a pretty good idea of that, right? We couldn't hear everything they were saying from where we were. Something about Jesus' departure and what he was about to accomplish in Jerusalem sounded ominous. Behold, behold, from today. Behold, behold, I make all things new, my promise is true, for I am Christ the way. But it was also incredible. We, his disciples, had always known Jesus was special. You could just feel it. But to witness this incredible transformation, this transfiguration of Jesus' very self, reminiscent of how Moses' face also shone on that mountaintop so long ago. And then for Moses and Elijah to visit Jesus, to give him advice, to pray with him, I couldn't believe I was here to see it. And to think I almost slept through it. I'll never make that mistake again.
Dazzling, a poem. Believe me, I know how tempting it is to remain inside this blessing, to linger where everything is dazzling and clear.
Rabbi, how good it is for us to be here. Let's set up 3 tents, one for you, one for Moses, and one for Elijah.
We could build walls around this blessing, put a roof over it. We could bring in a table, chairs, have the most amazing meals. We could make a home. We could stay.
Wait, don't leave yet, don't leave yet.
But this blessing is built for leaving. This blessing is made for coming down the mountain. This blessing wants to be in motion to travel with you as you return to level ground.
We were terrified at this cloud, this divine presence that had suddenly appeared, when suddenly we heard a voice coming from the cloud.
This is my own, my chosen one. Listen to him.
The same words that were said as the skies parted over Jesus' baptism at the beginning of Jesus' ministry, now said on this mountaintop. What could it mean? Behold, I make all things new, beginning with you.
It will seem strange how quiet this blessing becomes when it returns to earth. It is not shy. It is not afraid.
After about a day lingering in the silence of the mountaintop experience, the 3 of us headed back down to the life that awaited us. Back down to people desperate for healing. Back down to Herod getting ever more threatened. Back down with a Jesus who seemed transformed, shaped by an encounter with the ancestors and with God as he turned his face toward Jerusalem. We kept silent. We told no one.
It simply knows how to bide its time, to watch and wait, to discern and pray, until the moment comes when it will reveal everything it knows, when it will shine forth with all it has seen, when it will dazzle with the unforgettable light you have carried all this way.